back for another one of these. It's DCEU Mania. We just got done with Justice League this evening, and now we go on for Jason Momoa Part 2. It's Aquaman, the $1 billion making movie, thanks to one country that is not America.
Mm-hmm. This is the most successful DCEU film.
Yeah, and if China wasn't a country, it would not be.
Yep.
I don't remember the breakdown, like what this did domestically, but I remember it being absurdly lopsided.
Mm. I think it made like $1 in America and then $1 billion in China.
This is one of those movies that I was baffled by uh, how well it did at the box office with how few toys left the shelves. Like the Aquaman toys sat there forever. Maybe not as long as like something like the Eternals toys, but
Mm-hmm.
they did
Yeah,
not do well.
and mhm. Yeah, and I was gonna say with that,
Oh, we're off to
that's
a rousing
gone.
start
We're
here.
off to a great
These double
start.
features were a great idea. I apologize once
Great
again for not being able
thinking,
to do that
me.
third week. This is all my fault. This is gonna be rough by next week.
We got it. We're good. We're good.
So I have a cool release for this. I've got the lenticular
That is a
with
cool release.
Aquaman bouncing back and forth with Black Manta. Man, I can't think of words right now. We were talking.
We're in rough shape.
We were, yeah, well, we'll get our mojo back here in a little bit. I'm sure. I'm gonna hope that happens anyway. But yeah, Target used to release these cool kind of digibook things, and if that's what these are called, or I don't know, they've got like a booklet in
I
the
think
middle
so.
of them, and they don't do that anymore because Target doesn't hardly have physical media now, which is sad. But yeah, this one's weird because these usually have a slipcase, and I'm wondering if something happened to mine or if it never had one because this one is just a book that flips open. I haven't looked at this in a long time. And I
Mm.
forgot to bring out my Justice League release, but it's just the DVD. That's how much I care about this movie. Is I didn't even bother getting some Blu-ray. It's like screw it. I need it represented in my collection. There it is. It's on disc. I don't even care to watch that in 1080p.
There's 8,000 scratches on my disc. I don't even care.
I
It's
don't even care.
represented.
I just gotta have a picture of Justice League. This is not even a great image. It's not a great box. But this image does kind of tell you everything that's wrong with that version of that movie. Anyway, let's get into
Yeah.
Aquaman. Uh, so let's just get started. I don't want to do too much preamble. Once again, patreon.com/geekvolution. If you would like to weigh in on these movies, we'll make sure and refresh at the end of this in case anybody gets any new ones in that happened with Justice League. And $2, like I said, tier is all you got to do there. And we'll answer super chats as always, and we'll try to interact with you guys as much as possible with regular comments. Thanks for all the support with this insane endeavor. And apologies when we start just speaking fish by the end of this, because I don't know that it's going to be English anymore. Austin, are you ready?
I'm good.
Let's
Let's
just
do
get right
it.
into it. Get your movie to timestamp 0, whether you're watching it on DVD, Blu-ray, Target lenticular digibook, or HBO Max. And make sure you get past the HBO logo if you're having that. And here we go. Everybody, please press play right now. So,
It's watery WB.
ooh, blub, 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 blub. That Warner Brothers logo is cool, though. I forgot about that.
Even all these DC characters are underwater.
Yeah, what kind of sense does that make?
Yeah, so this is past the point where I'm seeing these in the theater. I was with my friend that took me to see Justice League, And I was like, let's go watch Ed Wood. And he's like, but Aquaman's out. We can watch Aquaman instead. And I was like, I am not watching Aquaman in the theater over going back to my house and watching Ed Wood.
That's hilarious. I will say, I thought this was a pretty fun theatrical experience. This was nothing like a great movie. I'm not going to pretend like it was. This is very, very kind of guilty pleasure for me. And not a movie that I felt the need to go back and revisit at all. Very disposable, very theme park ride. And I enjoyed it for mistakes. Like, it was preposterous to shove as much material in this as they did. This is very Age of Ultron in that it feels like a whole season of television. Except in this case, it feels more like an entire trilogy thrown into one movie. I've rarely seen a movie that looked so much like it didn't think it was going to get sequels, which is really weird because it's one of the only of these that did. And like with the CW show, they had nowhere to go. But like, how do you do everything in this? Like, how do you do Orin and Black Manta and the Trench and just everything?
Well, I guess they said it so that they can do more Black Manta, but Black Manta loses in a joke in this movie.
Oh
It's like
yeah,
I
that's
also
true.
think he loses his threat.
Yeah, like,
Another thing too is I'm not a fan of James Wan. So when
oh
he was
okay,
set to direct this, I was like, I don't need to see that.
yeah, and I didn't see the movie he made before this. Remind me
Mhm.
what that was. I know he's a like small horror guy.
Oh, so he's actually a really big horror guy.
Oh
I
okay,
always refer
okay.
to him as the J.J. Abrams of horror. He is he starts with Saw, then he does like Insidious and Conjuring and all that stuff. But the thing with James Wan is that like JJ, all of his movies are just repackaged versions of better movies.
Oh, okay.
So
See, I
that's
thought he
why.
was just making. When I said small, I thought he was making low budget horror movies. That's not what he was
I mean, I guess
doing.
that like they probably are, but I just mean like he's like really big in that community. Like he keeps spawning like 8 movie long franchises.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought he had made like a movie or two before this, and then he got tapped for this. I didn't like. I just don't know anything about that director.
Yeah, and he did. People are saying Furious 7 before this. Like that's his like big action thing
Okay,
before this.
which is interesting because the year before this, another Fast and the Furious director gets Star Trek, and he's shockingly right for that.
Oh
I
yeah,
for,
that's true. I
I
forgot
forget that
that.
guy's name, but he actually ended up being
Justin Lin, I think.
Justin Lin. Yeah,
Yeah.
who's apparently one of those Warpin directors that's like really competent.
hmm
So this is odd because you and I just did a movie with her a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, yeah. With Batman Forever, you're right.
So she's back to DC finally after 25 years, 20 years.
She made it, and she's next to de-aged Django Fett. Well, I guess they're both
That's not the
de-aged.
yeah, she is too. That's not the worst de aging I've seen.
It's not. I think. Like I'm so used to him being bald that just him having hair is the part that I find weird.
Yeah, but it's
Oddly enough.
it's not creepy, so I admire it for that.
No,
I'm
no.
not
And
weirded
I
out
think
by it.
hers. This is gonna be really mean, but I think hers. Like I didn't even notice at first because she's got like very much the plastic surgery look now, so she just kind of already
Yeah,
looks plasticky.
that's unfortunate.
hmm
I hate just naturally age. You're gonna look prettier. Don't do that.
Stop it. Get some help. Captain Logan 2025.
That's it. That's my PSA against Botox and plastic surgery, and I stand by it, folks.
You're taking a hard stand. Look, they're actually posing in front of a camera this time,
Oh yeah, that's
as
true.
opposed to our last movie.
Yeah, I cannot take him seriously in other roles because it's just Jango Fett. Like that voice is so
He's got like a
distinct.
very specific
It's
voice.
a really
Yeah.
specific. Yeah, this is like I'm the keeper of the lighthouse. I'm like, no, you're Jango Fett.
That's why I don't like that they had him dub over Boba Fett in the
Oh yeah,
special editions. It's really distracting. And I get that he's supposed to be a clone retroactively, but it does not work.
yeah. I wonder if he got this role because those are both characters that are in really isolated places that no one ever visits.
When he's got a little kid here, like he had the little kid Boba Fett.
Oh, you know what? I was sitting here waiting for comments to roll in, and I'm looking at the comment box from the previous stream.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm like, wow, nobody cares about this.
Oh my god, it's Max Steel.
So I'm a broken record, but I have the same thing with this movie that I do with Wonder Woman. You get really distracting camera placement and slow motion with the action, and less is more. I wish they would just shoot more traditional action. This is the stuff that dates these movies for me the most. And when I say these movies, I just mean superhero movies in general.
Well, with this, we're doing like a weird fisheye lens thing here.
Well, get it? Because it's about the ocean.
It's about the ocean, I guess.
It's about the ocean. So it's a fisheye lens. Like, I'm getting motion sick. I'm getting seasick, Austin.
Yeah. I don't watch Malevolent because you get a ton of that.
Well, you know that's my least favorite movie on the planet.
That was Maleficent, yeah.
Yeah. Was that what you said?
I heard. No, I said Malevolent. That
Oh,
was
I don't know what that
he
is.
did.
I think
That
you
was
said
the movie
Maleficent.
James Wan did between these.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm paying attention.
It's okay.
I'm
It's
right
okay.
there with you. So she gives a super sappy performance, and I can't really argue with it because she knows what she's in. Like
Yeah.
it is that movie, and I think it works better here than some of the sappiness that I complain about with Wonder Woman because that movie seems a little bit more sober and wants me to take it more seriously, and this is broad and silly, and I think consistently so. And that's why I'm more okay with something like this than like a Thor Ragnarok, where I feel like I this is certainly not what I would have wanted originally for Aquaman, but then Jason Momoa's kind of dude bro thing is already not what I want for that character. And I'm not a big Aquaman fan in the first place. I don't have a big investment in this. So if you want to give us this like real goofy, again, broad, like ultra comic booky thing, and you're consistent about it, and you like big crazy comic book stuff, you actually have reverence for that, I can kind of get on board with it. And that's why this was more enjoyable for me than something like Ragnarok that felt like somebody that didn't not understand the assignment just refused to do the assignment. I'm only comparing them because Austin brought this up earlier when off camera, and I think they're really apt comparisons. But one of them actually likes this material, and the other one thinks it's above it while it's making a farce out of it. And I don't think this has that problem.
It's not as like snobby.
I don't think it's snobby at all.
No, that's fair.
Oh, Malignant, he says, is the name of that movie.
Yeah, and I don't even remember what I said.
You
now
said
at this
Malevolent,
point, but
which I don't think is
Malevolent. Oh,
and you said
I think that's something else.
And you said it twice.
I did say it twice. Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, hey, look, it's the origin from King Shark.
Title. It's King Shark.
It's King Shark.
New Bob friend.
So this is one of those places where I have to say,
Cap, it's past midnight here. We have Jaws. It's the 50th anniversary
Oh,
here,
yes!
at least. Not for you yet.
No, I have to
But
wait an hour. Oh, it's like uh, it's like New Year's Eve. I gotta wait an hour.
yeah,
It would already be the New Year for you.
exactly. It's New Jaws Eve.
So, I guess the whole point I'm making, Austin, is that this movie is simultaneously stupid, and I'm kind of fine with that. Like, again, I don't
Mhm.
love it, but I had fun with it in the theater. I also saw it, and people are going to give me crap for this, and I don't care. I also saw it the same day. I saw a double feature that day. I saw it the same day as you know what I'm going to say. He knows what I'm going to
Yeah, it's
say.
Bumblebee.
I saw it the same day I saw Bumblebee, and it was just night and day, because I got nothing out of that movie. And I was just facepalming the whole time, and I hated it. And this was a breath of fresh air right after that.
Yeah, and I had the reverse. It just in the that was my reaction to this movie. But Bumblebee, I think, is so nothing that I'm like, it's just lame.
I'll also say
It's like I also agree that I don't like that movie.
the other day we were, or maybe it was last night. Yeah, it was Suicide Squad. We were talking about how none of the DCEU movies have very good villains, and
Mhm.
besides the Suicide Squad, and like that's true. I like Black Manta fine in this, and I think his suit design is cool.
I like his suit design. It's one of those things. It's like Danny Houston, where I only see this actor in bad things. It's
Oh,
like I just
really?
associate him with being
I
bad
don't
now.
remember him in anything else.
Well, he's Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen show. He's New
Oh, that is
Morpheus
who
in the
that
Matrix
is.
4.
I forgot about that.
Uh,
Okay, yep.
he's been
I'm
in
with
like
you
quite a
now.
bit now. He's like new Candyman.
I'm with you now.
Uh, mm.
Well, and then some of this ends up just being taste stuff because both the things you just mentioned are things I liked okay, and you really hated.
And I haven't
So,
seen
like,
Matrix 4, but I was just
okay,
throwing that
fair
out
enough.
as something you know.
But like
But
I like that movie. I didn't want a different Morpheus. That's one of the weaker things in that movie. But like he's fine. But he is dollar store Morpheus. And then
no, I don't even
and
necessarily
then I
think
liked
he's
that
like,
Watchmen show, and you didn't.
mhm.
So
Yeah. No, I don't not necessarily think he's like the worst actor or anything. It's just I keep seeing him in things that I think are really bad. Oh yeah, he is going to be Wonder Man. That's right, Tyler Zayas.
crazy. Well, maybe that'll
I
be
forgot about that.
maybe that'll be the first
I'm
thing
not
you like
watching
him
the
in.
Disney Plus Wonder Man show.
I'm just kidding.
No, I know.
But this is also, especially now that you're reminding me of other things he's been in. He is also an actor in this that absolutely understands what he's in. Like he's playing a cartoon character in my mind in the right way because he knows he's in a cartoon.
Yeah, I
And so
guess
like
so. I mean, I don't really have that, but I guess that's fair.
so it's one of those things where there's a little bit of like a tongue-in-cheekness from the actor himself, but the character feels like he's just in this ridiculous heightened world and he's taking it completely
Mhm.
seriously. So
Yeah.
I can't fully take him seriously, but I'm not supposed to.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think all this stuff with his father is supposed to be really endearing. I don't
Well,
think it is. And
maybe.
hmm?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess that's fair. This is also, I need everybody to understand, like, we're in a mania. I haven't watched this in years. I haven't thought about this movie in a long time. Again,
Yeah,
this is
I
the
have the same
most
thing.
disposable throwaway. And
No, I
Aquaman
have the
2
same
will be
thing.
rough to go through because I've only seen that once and it was embarrassing.
Mhm.
God, can I just move Flash to the end? I mean, I don't like that movie either, but I at least might have something to say about it.
I just like that this ends on Orm eating a bug.
That's not a man. That's a
That's
Aqua Man.
Aquaman. That's a duck, man.
That's a duck. Bob the $100 super chat. You and Austin should do a watch party for HBO Watchmen. You couldn't pay me enough.
No.
I'm not gonna do that.
You could also not pay me enough to do that.
I'll watch just about anything with Austin. I don't want to go through that.
I don't even want to go through that. I don't want to look at that show
And like
again.
I liked it the one time I watched through it. I don't know that that's gonna hold up for me. I don't really need to see it again, and I don't really
Mhm.
want to spend 8 or 10 hours or whatever that is awkwardly trying to find common ground with Austin on a thing that he absolutely hated. Like,
Hmm. Yeah, I just don't want to have to look at that again. You just have to imagine the commentary, Bob.
Writer Cap, it's your channel. Who's gonna stop you? He's talking about Flash. It would be pretty weird though to change the order. And also the big, like I said earlier, the big thing is Austin's not gonna be able to make it that night, and I don't want to not do that with Austin.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. That music cue
Commands.
was really weird when he came through the smoke.
There are some strange choices, and you have that with a lot of the DCEU. Uh, but I guess I forgave it for the most part more here, just because there was more of a confidence and just what's the word I'm looking
Well, I
for?
I
Yeah, go
do
ahead.
think Juan has like a very specific sense of like weirdness to him. So like at the same time, I do see where you're getting that from.
Yeah, there's a brazenness about it,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
one of
think
them was
that's
kind of
fair.
was kind of confident in a different way, but both of them. I mean, the big similarity between those two movies, besides the fact that I liked them and you didn't. I Again, let me reiterate, I'm not like in love with this movie or anything, but I don't have a like I can watch it. I don't have like a vitriolic response to it. Um,
Hmm. Yeah, it's been so long. Like I barely remember anything about how I felt about this. So we're like in the same place, except you liked it originally and I didn't,
yeah,
but we both don't remember why.
we're kind of just re-experiencing it right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but the big thing they have in common is at least there's not a a, a, a tonal inconsistency to them. Like they are what they are, and
Hmm.
they don't feel like a studio meddled with them at the 11th hour in reaction to something else that didn't work. They might be products of that initially, but they're at least projects that started and finished more or less as they were. At least it feels that way.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where my standards ended up being in the DCEU. Is I like you more if you look like you were the same project at the end as you were at the start. Shazam also has that. And then technically their sequels do too, but they're so just like lame and typical sequels that at that point I don't care
Mhm.
anymore. The big thing they have in common is they just end up being things that overstay their welcome. Like, oh, I guess I didn't need any more of that. Okay.
Yeah, it was just kind of that was it.
Yeah, Aquaman's a little brutal, a little unnecessarily brutal.
My man, I love stabbing people.
Why does your Jason Momoa sound like Beetlejuice?
He kind of sounds like Beetlejuice, I guess.
Aquaman walks in, he's like, great effing model. Bob the Hunt Shazam's another one I liked in the theater, but I'm afraid to go back to. Yeah, I watched it right before I went to see 2 and was underwhelmed. It did not hold up great on another viewing. Again, I didn't hate it, but like
Hmm.
I enjoyed it quite a bit first time out.
Hmm. No, I
And
like Billy Batson in that
I'm
movie.
not sure what changed for me, but I don't have to kill you, but I'm not going to save you.
I remember this part being really dumb, where his dad's like, "Leave," and he pulls out a grenade and like pulls the pin.
Well, Well, the thing that was awkward for me about this, now that this is all coming back to me now,
Yeah.
now that we're looking at this again, is it was odd having a little bit of sympathy for the villain because I felt like his revenge was almost justified.
Well, I guess in that way, there's some tonally inconsistent stuff because we'll get there later. But him building his Black Manta suit is also done in like a pop montage,
Yeah, that's true.
and it's like he's like a villain of this movie building a suit to kill our main hero.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
What's the POV at that point? Like, who are we with in that? Like, is it,
Yeah. Well,
why
then
are we
weirdly,
supposed
the
to be?
Sonic movie rips that scene off with Jim Carrey.
Like, why are we supposed to be enjoying that in that way? That's fair. Because like
Okay, I guess he doesn't
this villain
pull
is.
the
Yeah, go
ring
ahead.
on a grenade, but like it is still that like, no, I'm gonna blow us up.
Writer were fully in the Jeff Johns era. Well, and remember that he was producing these and was heavily involved with this movie, and then was fired immediately after this came out. Do you remember when The
Yeah.
Trench was going to be a movie?
Well,
Remember when that got
apparently
greenlit?
that was just a yeah, but apparently like one came out afterwards and said that was gonna be like the secret Black Manta movie.
Oh, okay. So do we think it wouldn't have even been called The Trench finally?
I mean, it maybe could have still been called The Trench, but like he would have just been the character dealing with them, I guess.
I mean, that could have been okay. But again, I liked this
Yeah.
actor better than you did. You know what that
Well,
would
I'm
have been?
not saying that like negatively. I'm just saying like that's what we know about that movie at this point.
You know what that would have been called if it was a CW show?
Manta.
Manta.
Although the trench also sounds like the CW Aquaman show.
It does. Well, that was supposed to be called Mercy Reef at one point.
Mercy Reef, yeah, but that's just because the trench didn't exist yet.
Okay, great. Why does the score sound like Titanic? Because water.
Yeah, because Aquaman's heart will go on.
Again, it's odd how much brighter and chipper this movie looks with the way we were originally introduced to Aquaman.
Where he comes out of that ship and he stabs the drone.
Well, I even mean in the last movie
No,
with
that's in BVS.
no, I mean in Justice League.
Oh, just in that one. Okay. I mean, he's like very broy in that one.
No, he is, but the Snyder shot scenes that they brought. I'm just talking
I
about like visually what this looks like versus the last time we saw him.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I see where you're coming from now.
I'm just superficially talking about visual images right now, Austin.
Mhm.
That's all I'm talking about.
No, Aquaman, he did not kill your mother. She's Nicole Kidman. We would not have cast her if she was in one scene.
She's kind of a big deal. Can we get another line reading so the man doesn't say TV?
From
Are you the
that
fish
fish
man
ball from
from
the
the
TV?
from the TV? You get right up in his face. That's a good idea. That's not funny. That is some MCU humor right there.
They also found the like old guy from Deadpool that's in the bar. They found like six of him.
Also, you would only do that if you knew that you were in a movie and an audience was watching you and they were expecting you to try to beat that guy up. Like, that's not a thing you do endearingly. You know what I mean? Where, like, you walk up and you pretend like you're being all intimidating. And it's like, is he
Yeah.
pretending to be intimidating? Or is that supposed to just play like that for the audience? But in his mind, that's just how he acts. I know
Well, it's
I'm
because it's funny.
I know I'm reading way too far into this, but like it's just that's one of those really contrived movie trope things.
Also, why was the transition the like CSI Miami like yeah? I think it's that show.
So I will say I had a little bit, to a much lesser degree, but I had a little bit of a Wonder Woman thing with this in that despite Justice League's weird course correction, in my head, when this comes out, DCU is still taking itself too seriously next to Marvel, doesn't want to do things like off a comic book page, and is gonna uh like try too hard to seem like to be kind of self-serious about stuff. And this was refreshing to me because of all the ridiculous comic book stuff. And so it was just fun.
Those sharks were just roaring.
It was just, yeah. It was just fun to see these characters like riding around on sea animals and like sharks with armor on them, and I didn't think this universe would ever go to those places, and so that excited me. And like we can complain about some visual effects and they're inconsistent. It's way worse in the sequel.
Yeah, and I think most of the underwater stuff doesn't look great, but I will give them. I feel like that is a hard thing to do. Like that is a hard thing to make look convincing.
Yeah, I mean, they at least tried harder than apparently the live action Little Mermaid.
Oh.
I didn't watch that, but I saw a couple clips and like they just water effects. They're not even trying.
Mm-hmm.
This
yeah,
at
man, I
least
don't think
sort of
anyone's
feels like
trying with those.
we're underwater. This cast is fascinating. Like Dolph Lundgren is the weirdest pick. I just couldn't even believe he was in this movie.
Yeah. When we like dyed his hair red. When this is the same year as Creed 2, isn't it?
And they were out at the same time, and you could walk down the hall and watch what should have been an Oscar-winning performance from him, and then come to this, and he's doing his usual kind of baffling English is clearly not your first language kind of performance. And they gave him way too much dialogue, and then you get to the sequel, and he's given all of Mira's dialogue clearly. And it's amazing. So again, like I just found everything about this movie entertaining, whether it was intentional or not. Like there's stuff with this that I'm enjoying ironically, and then it's also not a thing that's trying to be taken very seriously. So I don't know how ironic it is really. Like, why do you cast Lundgren unless you're just being weird? Like, I just really like what they're giving him, and then giving him scenes with Dafoe is wonderful. Just that you even put those two actors in the same movie. Also, how weird is it that he was in the lighthouse and he's in this movie? This movie opens with a lighthouse.
He never goes to the lighthouse, though.
No, that's true. And I guess he made that, like, right after this, right? Like a year or two?
Yeah, it's the next year.
Pew pew. There hasn't been a lot of pew pewing in the DCEU yet.
No, that's true. We are getting some pew pewing.
Look at this giant space battle underwater.
That's true. That is exactly what that is, yeah. With the space submarine.
But I just thought it was fun how ridiculous this is. I'll even say it was outrageous, Austin.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And
did you see what I did there?
I did, yeah. And
I
normally really
make sure,
like...
because I can explain it if you need me to explain it.
Walk me through it. Walk me through it. Walk me through it like I'm Ezra Miller Flash.
Well, you see, Austin, brunch is...
Wait, did you just say you see, like, the sea?
Yes. Yes. Did you see what I did there? I didn't even see what I did there.
You did it so fast you didn't even catch it.
Bob the Hunt $5 super chat, off topic, but it's a Mania. It is a Mania. Did you see? Oh my God, there's Miss Hood. Did you see Goyer's interview that he did for the 20th anniversary of Begins? You need to watch it. It's really informative. I read a couple snippets of it, but I haven't looked at the whole thing.
Yeah, and I've just seen clips of it. But there's some cool stuff in it.
Yeah, Austin and I have been talking about some stuff that he brought up about what Man of Steel
Man
and
of
BVS
Steel.
that kind of confirmed some suspicions that we had.
Hmm. Yeah, there's also a thing where he talks about Blade, and he's like, it should not be that hard to make a Blade reboot.
Look, Austin, this is Aquaman resisting the call. Look how
That is true.
Campbell it is.
He's like, nah, bro, I ain't doing that.
I got better things to do. I gotta go be Lobo.
That's true, and that's a much better casting.
I got better things to do. I gotta go be Lobo. But I want the rest of the cast of this movie to all be cast as like space characters around Lobo. Okay. I want Defoe just out in space as somebody. Like, I don't know, Defoe as Despero. Why not?
Amber Heard is Dex Star.
Okay, when I said everyone, I was maybe being a little bit.
I made her at least the voice of a cartoon cat.
She should be the Red Lantern cat.
That's what I'm saying. That's Dex Star.
Oh, that is Dexstar. For a second, I thought that was a different name.
And Dolph Lundgren can be
right.
Atrocitus.
That's so insane. I want it. Although I like Defoe as Atrocitus. Somewhere in the sea.
Somewhere in the glowing lights, in the glowing realm.
Somebody said this had the same composer as Wonder Woman, which I did not realize.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that either.
It sounds like they also brought back Chunky XL, maybe. Or whoever composed Sonic Frontiers. RJ Godzilla, Amber Heard can play.
Hologram's like hurting my eyes.
Yeah, it's a weird hologram.
Yeah.
He said Amber Heard could play a dead Kryptonian.
You can play Supergirl's mom in Supergirl.
Tyler says Defoe should be Larfleeze.
See, I want Defoe to be one of the Guardians from Green Lantern, like the little blue guys.
There's so many good villains he could be, though.
That's true, but I don't know, there's just something funny in my head about his voice coming out of one of those guys.
I did kind of appreciate that he got to be a good guy in this, though.
Yeah. Every now and then he gets to be a good guy. He also got to be a good fish at one point.
Yeah, but he hadn't been a good guy in a comic book type thing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. This is so insanely over the top. Like, there's no reason it had to be like Twister.
We're in a Roland Emmerich scene.
That's kind of this movie.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm all right with it. It's ridiculous. I get guilty pleasure. I don't know. Like, this is how far my standards had dropped by this point, Austin. Like, I'm not offended, so I'm enjoying myself. Like, if you're a giant Aquaman fan, I get why this pisses you off, because I know Dan had that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I more so just find this kind of annoying, but I mean, not so far. Like, I'm not really having that now, but that's what I remember.
You're gonna have that when he teams up with Mira and they have like we don't like each other banter, and that's stuff that's gonna annoy you, right?
Probably, yeah. I also remember it being structured kind of weird in that they basically go on like an Indiana Jones adventure for an artifact,
Yeah.
but they don't have the villains go after the artifact, so we like have to contrive a reason for a like action scene, but we don't have that just kind
Oh
of
yeah,
like
that's
following
true.
them. It's really weird. Like it is, it's like weirdly structured in that way, from what I remember.
Well, doesn't he have to go get his suit?
Yeah, that's part of it, but it's the
It's
trident
the
is the
trident, and then
MacGuffin.
he gets a suit. But like he's
Hmm.
got a sort of similar suit in Justice League, so it's awkward.
Well, it's not orange and green though. It's
Okay,
like
okay. But it's still
gold.
armored, right? Or is he shirtless in that whole movie? We just watched it and I don't remember.
You get both. You get him shirtless, and then he's got the gold
I
and green
thought he had
armor.
that.
The orange and green armor looks amazing in this movie. It's a giant step up.
I'm such not a
So I'll at
visual
least
guy
give
that
it
I never trust my visual memory.
that. Yeah, fair
RJ
enough.
Godzilla, that's great. He says the perfect storm turned into the day after tomorrow. That's great. It did. Nicholas Bodo, this was also after Defoe played Marcus in John Wick. Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, he, he's
Yeah.
not a typecast actor. He plays a variety of roles. But when we're into comic book stuff, I have a hard time not just imagining him as villains. And I'm just saying I thought it was kind of neat that they let him be a good guy in this. And not a guy that, like, switches sides or something. Because, like, I could have seen that.
Cap's just saying that when he sees Defoe, he sees a villain.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I see that. I see that guy from the lighthouse.
Hmm. Yeah, he was a nice guy. He was just making lobster.
He was a disgusting nice guy.
Oh my god, I forgot Randall Park was in this movie.
Yeah, and that's
I think he's just sequel setup, isn't he?
no, he does some stuff in this, doesn't? Or maybe that is the sequel. They're actually running together in my brain right now.
Well, I think he's got like a small role, but I thought it was like set up for him to have a bigger role in the sequel.
Well, because he is a major supporting character, I think, in the John's Run. Maybe it's been too long since I've looked
Mhm.
at any of that, and I haven't read a ton of it. But I knew that character from the comics when I saw this, and was like, "Oh, that's a weird cameo." It's like nobody that didn't read that is going to have any idea what that is or care. But
Mhm.
I I guess that's just kind of little nods. But you're right; it might be intentional setup, like he'll be a big character that we'll deal with later.
I do remember that the after credit
But
scene
that felt
of
very
this
Hank
movie
McCoy to
is
me.
him and Black Manta.
Yeah, no, you're right. Now that we're into this again,
But he might also get more to do than I'm thinking in this one. I just don't remember.
I don't think he does. Could we?
You know, I'm something of an underwater talker myself.
The other thing this has in common with Wonder Woman is it doesn't know how to cast children. Also,
See, I was just thinking like, oh, he's okay. But
you can think whatever you want to. Defoe, Defoe delivering pages of exposition is always wonderful.
well, it's a giant step up over Gal Gadot giving all the exposition in the last movie.
Well, yeah, but then we'll trump it forever with Dolph Lundgren in the next.
Dolph
the next
Lundgren
one.
doing it.
Yeah, where he's just tripping over tripping over pages of dialogue. It's wonderful. But again, Defoe just
See,
has
that's
such a
great.
distinct voice that it makes you want him to like voice over car commercials and stuff.
They're gonna say like read books like on tape.
Well, sure, I'm sure he's done some of that. But like, I just want to hear him be like the voice of Goodyear.
Maybe do some nature documentaries. The March of the Penguins. It's like my Defoe's like half Defoe, half Gilbert Godfrey.
That is a red birch tree. Captain Coon, $2 super chat. Aquaman's Justice League suit is very dark green and gold and bulky.
Yeah, it's very armory. I can't remember if he wears it at all in this movie.
I don't think he does. I think it's just this look up until he puts that on at the end. Because I remember it feeling like he's just putting on the suit he put on before.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the color's different, but it takes you out because you go, what was that other suit then? Like, he's not embracing his Atlantean heritage. Where did he get it? Did he have it made? And how awkward is that? Like, he doesn't want to be part of this culture. He's shunned it. He's not interested. But he
Wasn't
built
like a
the
Dead
thing
King's
to
armor?
look like he was from it. I mean, probably not.
I thought that's what it is. Like I thought because he like goes in where the trident is, and then like he loots the dead body or something.
Oh,
He's playing Skyrim, and he found better.
I'm not paying
armor.
enough attention. I don't know what the hell's happening.
I mean, I could be completely wrong. I also haven't seen this film since I like first saw it.
Looks like No Man's Sky underwater.
The Kingdom of Atlantis.
Well, it's a bridge in troubled water. You know, if you use your eyes,
that
you'd probably know those are
I'm at least
weapons, you mook.
I'm glad that Atlantis is a city and not just a series of sunken ruins like it was in the last movie.
Yeah. I think all this looks pretty cool. It's kind of Tron-ish, though.
Oh yeah, I didn't even have that thought, but you're right.
I didn't either till just now. But there's a decent sense of like on spectacle with this. Even if some of the effects here and there get a little bit dodgy, this all looks fine to me. Like I like this on the big screen. I'm not saying you would necessarily appreciate this better if you saw it big, because you probably wouldn't have, but
Yeah, I don't typically have that where like I'll like a movie more like for seeing it big.
yeah, for me, if it's supposed to be a big theme park ride, it does tend to be more fun if it's on the big screen. And there's something that doesn't quite translate if I watch it at home, and I didn't see it that way.
Mm.
Travis Warren, $2 super chat. This and The Suicide Squad are the best DCEU films, in my opinion. Oh, interesting, because I think most people that are here are not as high on this.
I don't know. I don't know what the consensus of our audience is on this.
Well, let's start reading the Patreon questions, shall we?
What a great segue.
I know. I'm amazing like that.
You're a Mazo?
Yes, I'm a Mazo. Yeah, I just came right out of Batman Under the Red Hood.
Oh. Can you get out of that one? You don't need to be there.
You want to start?
Yeah, I can start if you want.
Go ahead. They get kind of messy.
Okay. Serial When Pigs Fly. He says, first off, I don't know. First off, I don't know the movie Wonder Woman. What? First off,
yeah, just skip past that. I made a mistake, and he's making fun of me about it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. My favorite part of this was the final battle. It feels like an Injustice cutscene in the best way between Orm and Aquaman. He says, "I would get rid of the trench and Nicole Kidman and save them later for a sequel." And the tone was a pleasant surprise. Obviously, Aquaman has been made fun of for years, so to see them take back the camp was really cool. I know the movie isn't perfect, but I think it delivers a good time. Question, unrelated to this movie, when you guys cover the Snut film, do you think you could all coordinate wearing different Justice League member shirts? That sounds like work.
Yeah, that does sound like work. Probably
No, we have
not.
to wear Snut shirts.
We need to get that. That's a lot less work to get that made.
Exactly, that's much less work.
Sorry, I actually thought that was kind of funny. Where he's just not impressed.
No,
I know what a trident is, dude.
Aquaman, the one you have currently isn't a trident.
It's not a
It
trident.
is
Okay.
5 points.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, he's like, mine's better. It's got more points.
It's got 5 points, bro. Yeah, this is the king. The orange armor is his arm. This is what I was thinking. He's gonna raid that guy's wardrobe.
Yeah, but I'm talking about where did he get that first suit? Because it looks like it had to come from Atlantis.
Oh,
That's what I'm
well,
talking about. I'm
they're
saying
super inconsistent with that, though.
that's my
Like,
point. Is you get to
this
the end
movie
of this
starts
movie,
with a different place with Aquaman.
yeah, because he was just wearing that, and it looked like it would have had to come from Atlantis. So what I was saying was he would have to.
Sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying.
He would
Sorry.
have to ignore his culture after he's trained by I almost said Volvo. I'll just call him that. After he's trained by Volvo, and then he goes, but even though I'm not trying to be an Atlantean, I still kind of like their clothes, so I get something made that kind of looks like that. And then he happens to get really close to this armor he's never seen before that he's gonna go get when he raids this place and gets the trident. Anyway, that's what I was trying to say.
I think he and Mira are just kind of meeting each other in this movie, and they clearly know each other in Justice League. Like, we kind of just soft reboot Aquaman. So I think it's just a victim of
and
that.
like really soft reboot.
Hmm.
Like there's so little changed, it's even more awkward than if they just like completely started at a different place.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Defoe's doing some more exposition, Cap.
he's got a lot of that. Well, yeah, I mean this is like the second flashback he's narrated.
Mm. That's his role. He's exposition man.
He's really good at it though. Like he's got such a cadence.
No, Defoe is good at exposition. I agree. It just is kind of funny. He's had two major scenes so far, and they're both just explaining
Yeah, it's
things.
really funny. But like he's very Greek chorus on a stage.
Sure.
And I love these suits. They're so preposterous. I think some of what I'm having fun with this, Austin, is because it looks really Power Rangers.
I was about to
It's
say,
so-
is it because it's very Power Rangers?
It's because it's so
Power Rangers.
It's so tokusatsu, yeah.
Hmm.
I just like that stuff.
Hmm. No, that's fair.
Like, is it right for this material? Like, is that what I really want in Aquaman? No, but it's fun. I remember having
Yeah, well,
something
there's-
with this scene. Oh, I know what it is. It's because they do this repeated explosion thing. If memory serves, at some point in this, we're gonna have like a wall blow up. I can't remember what exactly my thing was with this. I guess I'll just watch it and find out. But I still remember this repeated bit where Aquaman just keeps being surprised by explosions. I can't remember what exactly it is.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Or maybe it's even that Black Manta keeps doing it.
Oh, maybe it's the Black Manta fight because I think his laser makes things explode.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure something's gonna blow up in this scene, and we're just gonna keep doing it.
I feel like we're gonna blow up this ship.
Writer says he would change Mira's terrible wig. She looked better in Justice League. So did Volco. His favorite moment was the orange and green suit reveal is pretty epic. I remember thinking that was super cool in the theater, even though I was confused about the suit thing.
Yeah, no, it is a cool suit.
But yeah, this movie is really toyetic, and if we had gotten more of the $1 billion in this country, kids might have even wanted to get the toys and play with them. Although I don't think this movie had a great toy line. And it should have.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I ever saw any of it.
I mostly just remember seeing cosplay stuff. I don't remember what the action figures looked like. For sure. So I mean, maybe they were okay, but
Hmm. No, and the henchmen just look like action figures.
yeah. Yeah, speaking of Schumacher. And then this stuff feels very Thor ripoff to me.
With Orm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I guess you're kind of gonna have some of that. Like, I think that is just part of Aquaman.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
No, maybe it's not fair to say ripoff. It's just like this is the first movie where you can make these really direct comparisons to another franchise MCU did recently.
mhm.
Where like
Yeah,
this
especially
is
because Ragnarok's next, or the year before. Sorry.
yeah, but like this is naturally, kind of DC's Thor.
Hmm. Well, especially when you get to the second one, and it's going to be the two of them working together.
Oh yeah, because that's exactly what their sequel did. And then
Hmm.
this even has its own rainbow bridge of sorts. They don't do anything with it, but when he's like, "Why do you need a bridge underwater?" I'm like, "Wait a minute."
It's the water bridge. At least Aquaman didn't break it, I guess.
He's like, "I don't know. I wasn't paying attention in my class with Volvo. I don't know how any of this crap works, and I don't care."
I just want to be cool, bro, and drink vodka.
Captain Kuhn, $2 super chat. Moments get cut off by wall exploding. This is the third. That's what it was. It's that we're constantly interrupting a
Oh,
conversation with a wall exploding.
with a wall
They do it
exploding.
over and over again where somebody's mid sentence, boom. It's the equivalent of Wolverine and Sabretooth running at each other. We do it over and over again.
So what you're saying is that the main inspiration for this film is the Kool-Aid Man ads?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire.
Why did they not have Defoe say that?
Prepare him for the Ring of Fire. So how many Watchmen actors are in the DCEU? I'm counting 3 so far.
Four. I can think
Who's
of
the
four off the top of
fourth?
my head. Yeah, the other one is the voice of the um, Krypton like machine thing. That's Carla Gugino, who is in the past Silk Spectre.
Oh, really? I didn't know that's who that was.
Yeah, I guess she's probably the old woman version as well. But I was
Okay.
more so just thinking of the past scenes. But yeah,
Well, yeah, because she has that horrible old woman makeup, so
yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
that
So
was
that's at least
rough.
four. Um,
See, this is another thing that's very Power Rangers, is that their weapons look like they're plastic toys that you would sell at Walmart.
mhm.
And that's Power Rangers. Like you just accept these like mega powerful weapons look like they would cost $20 at Toys R Us back when we had Toys R Us.
We still have Toys R Us,
That's
so
great. Yeah, and you know what? You gotta rub that in every time it comes up too. You make me really jealous with your damn Canadian Toys R Us. I'm gonna have to come visit you so I can go back to Toys R Us.
exactly. RJ Godzilla says he can only think of Night Owl and the comedian. The other one is the Flash's dad
Yeah,
in Justice League. That's Doctor Manhattan.
which I had forgotten about too, but we just watched it. Austin, how
Well,
is
I
no?
mean, you get like two scenes with him like not blue, so like it would be easy not to notice that.
Well, I knew who it was in the theater. I just completely forgot that he was in that movie.
Well, yeah, and I just mean like in general, like if RJ Godzilla didn't get that.
So the
It's like some crazy helicopter noise going out here. Do you hear that?
oh man,
I feel like it's gonna crash into my house.
is Shane Black directing The Outside?
I think so. It got like super loud. It's leaving now. It's gone, but that was so bizarre.
Oh no, not the trench, dude. He's still giving us. That's all Defoe does in this movie. It's all exposition.
We are
And
like
this
over.
is what happened in the past, and this is what will happen tomorrow.
We are like a third into this film, and we're still setting it up.
Okay, but what did he throw that at in the flashback? That's one of those things
Defoe.
that is a cool transition. Did he throw it at Defoe, or did he just throw it at nothing?
He was just really angry, and he just threw it.
It'd
at
be
that
really
thing,
awkward. That's what I was gonna say. If you kept watching that,
Oh my
scene
god,
and it
this
didn't
helicopter's
transition,
coming back. What is happening?
you guys, I think we might be about to be witness to something really dangerous and unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, Austin, say it with me.
Yeah.
Acting.
Acting. Yeah. Look, those jellyfish stung her dog, okay? Her dog stepped on
She's
them.
got a weird jellyfish dress thing.
She does. It's that if anyone touches her, they get stung.
Volvo, would you please explain some more things? Can you tell us the genesis of the jellyfish dress?
The jellyfish dress was made eons ago.
Dude, you've gone 100% Gilbert Godfrey.
100% Gilbert Godfrey. That's okay.
100%.
Gilbert Godfrey is going to play Volvo's sister, Volva, and he's going to be like, I also explain things.
So when I say that this is like a theme park ride and a cartoon, I also don't want to dismiss the fact that like there's a solid enough story here. It's thin, it's not super deep or anything, but like you've got some pretty classic like comic soap opera stuff going on, but the biggest complaint that I have with this movie, now that we're looking back at it and I'm looking at the runtime, it is way too damn long for what it is. This movie
That's
has
what I'm
no
saying. Like, I feel
business
we're
being
like a
2.5
third
hours
in,
long.
and like, I feel like we're just kicking off.
It has an hour and a half left, and that's excessive. I have a hard time imagining Jason Momoa as an Arthur.
What if he played Arthur like the cartoon character?
Or like the Tick sidekick. That would be
Yeah,
just
yeah, him
the
too.
strangest casting. Alex
Patrick Wilson's an actor I normally really like, but I just don't really gel with him in this movie. It's very. He reminds me of
kinda
Kate
don't either.
Blanchett in Ragnarok, where it's like a really good actor comes in and is like, I can just play like a cartoon thing. I don't really have to do anything more than that. And I
Well, here's the
remember
thing.
him constantly delivering lines like that whenever he yells, and it gets really
Yeah.
annoying by the end.
No, I'm with you. It is annoying, but I don't think he's phoning it in. I think it's just misguided. Like that's the difference between what you're saying with Blanchett is like. I don't think he's just sleepwalking through this. I think he's really trying.
But I have the same thing with Blanchett. I don't think she's
Okay.
phoning it in either. I think she comes in and she's, oh, this is like a fun comic book thing, like, and it's also just like a misguided performance.
Because I see his casting absolutely on paper. Like, I really like the
Yes,
contrast in
same.
personalities and looks between them. That makes
Mhm.
perfect sense to me. And
Yeah.
arguably, he maybe looks a little bit like a more traditional Aquaman. I'm not saying he's great Aquaman casting, but just in the face, like the Jeff Johns version without the beard. I wonder if they're thinking that a little bit, where they're like, let's have his brother, the enemy, be more of like a traditional Aquaman.
Bell Bones, $1.99. This movie sucks.
He comes in every movie with a $2 super chat to tell us whether or not it sucks. And
I
he's
genuinely
only
was
told us
expecting if he came back, it would be this film is good. I'm surprised.
the only movie, according to him, that doesn't suck is Wonder Woman. Am I remembering that right?
Uh,
There was one he
yeah,
came in
I
and
don't.
said this does
Did he
not
do
suck.
Man of Steel and BVS? I don't remember.
I don't either, but he's only said this movie doesn't suck with one, and I'm pretty sure it was Wonder Woman.
Yes, that is true. And yeah, I feel that Tobin Bell Bones.
And see, I don't think it sucks. I also can't defend it at all.
I'm just kind of bored.
But I'm still kind of
like,
having fun with it. I don't
we
know.
haven't started yet. Like we're not even on the adventure yet. So I'm like, the fun part's not kicking off yet.
Well, and see, that's where I don't care as much because I don't want to see him and Mira have a bunch of screen time, and I'm much more interested in the Atlantis stuff than I am the like treasure hunting stuff, which I know is like just a thing you like in general, and it's a thing I typically don't care about. So some of it is taste stuff. Like I don't need the
We
Indiana
just don't
Jones
make good
stuff.
adventure movies anymore.
Yeah, and I never cared about them when we did make them. That's my problem.
Hmm.
That's not fair. I mean, obviously there's stuff I like, but like what I want to say is, I, I am more interested in the Atlantean politics stuff, but like that's all pretty thin,
Hmm.
and there's just characters that kind of go on about it.
You're more
Mostly the
interested
show.
in this brother rivalry.
Am I though? It's just visual stuff for me. It's just I
Uh,
like being underwater and the city and the trappings of it. It's all very superficial.
no, don't take off your jellyfish dress.
Yeah, you got to swim down a runway in that later.
Exactly.
But I don't know. All that is fun and inventive in a way I didn't think this universe would allow anyone to be. But then I feel like I should be getting on a roller coaster.
And one that goes underwater, like the Hulk ride at Universal.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh no, they broke his not a
Or
trident.
they could do like the Aquaman version of Fury of the Nile from no one will know about that, but I grew up going to a theme park called Worlds of Fun, and that was my favorite theme park ride.
Have I ever told you about the last time I went to a water park and
Well, he does yell a lot.
yeah. There was the slide where it was a really short one, but it dropped you like
I'm sorry,
a
that
few feet
face.
into a really deep pool, huh?
Sorry, just Orin's face as he's dropping is so ridiculous. He's just like,
Oh no! Oh.
what'd you think of that
Yeah, I kinda
Justice
have the-
fight, Austin?
Can I play Injustice instead?
Instead. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, it's okay. I was just saying, I went to a water park once, and there was a group in front of me at the slide, and it dropped you like I don't know 4 feet into like a 10 foot deep pool. And the group in front of me, they go up. The lifeguard goes, "Hey, can you guys swim? Because you like need to be able to swim on this." And they were like, "Ha." And the lifeguard goes, "Okay, the first person, you go." They drop. I look down. They're just like face down in the water like this, just not moving. It was wild. And you bring up that ride made me think of that because it's also water.
He seems a little out of character when he's uh, flipping out in this vehicle. Where I'm like, I don't know. I feel like you're a real motorcycle type. You could probably handle that. He's like, oh, like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, but it's underwater. Well, like it's a big Ferris wheel, so I guess it's harder to drive that underwater.
Sure.
Here, I'll read my next.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm sorry.
Captain
I'm just
Coon.
so sucked into this movie, Austin.
Captain Coon. He says my favorite scene slash moment is Black Manta's fight against Aquaman. Things I'd change, not have every other scene start with, and then something explodes. A thing that surprised me: the costumes for Manta, Aquaman, and Ocean Master.
I think the costuming in this is pretty good.
Yeah, I like those three at least.
See, I liked, yeah, and again, forgetting just the Amber Heard of it all, I liked the more regal take it felt like we were getting with her, the kind of no nonsense thing in the first movie. And
Hmm.
I'm not saying she's jokey or anything, but when she yells "shut up" at him, I'm like, you're not an Atlantean anymore. Like, I don't even buy that you're from this place. Like, they need to all stay at that heightened Shakespearean place that I that everybody in Asgard kind of had in Thor.
Hmm. Yeah, she's just not a great actress.
And you're right, and it is partly her fault, but like she probably didn't uh improv "shut up." That was probably in the
Yeah,
script. That wasn't a line to give that character.
they
Like
actually wrote that line.
keep it Shakespearean.
Yeah.
I'm not taking up for her. The line delivery is not good, but what is the line delivery there? You know what I mean? Like, what would you do with it? Like
Hey, I
everything she's
guess.
saying now, she doesn't feel like she's from this place. Like she's from California. Stop it.
You're not from Atlantis. You're from LA.
See, when you were like, they're not even on the adventure yet, I'm like, good.
I mean, now I can agree, but it was also boring getting up to this point. So now it's going to be. Oh my god, I forgot about the Pitbull
Yeah,
song. No.
this is this insane needle drop. So when I said there's not any total inconsistency, I lied.
Think of that to drive me away from.
I was as baffled in the theater by this as anything we made fun of last night in Suicide Squad.
Hmm. No, I remember when they like released that track because they made that for this movie, and it was like, why did you do that?
And this was the
What does that
same
have to do
year.
with Aquaman?
Is this 17 or 18? This is 18, isn't it?
This is 18.
Okay. So it's not the same year as Power Rangers, but the year before Power Rangers, they also had a really insane needle drop like that. It was, and I can't even say needle drop,
Oh, it was
but
the
like
Kanye song. Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's not actually what I'm talking about. There was a different thing that was
Oh.
silly for a different reason. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
I don't need to get into that now. But this was
My
a
mind just goes
this
to
was a
the
period
that
for
like
that.
awkward power needle drop.
Yeah, but the song they played when we were supposed to think Billy was dead, I was like, what are we doing?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember that offhand.
Right, or now we're at the Mummy section. It kind of does look like the Mummy.
I wish this just turned into that like uh the trailer for the Mummy with the like bad audio.
So this isn't fair, but I am going to say the more I'm looking at Amber Heard I am having a different experience with this than I did in the theater when I didn't know who that was.
Mhm.
Much of the time, she's not acting. It's not even that
Mhm.
she's a bad actress; it's that she's not acting.
Yeah.
She's got these pouty faces that are just unfortunate.
Yeah.
She looked like somebody made her sit in an airplane set, and she was like, "I don't want to sit in this airplane set."
No. She really wanted a toy, and they were like, "No,
Look,
you already
Defoe
had
gets to
McDonald's."
advise instead of exposit. Good job, Defoe. Way to advise.
But is advising not a different form of exposition?
No,
He's explaining
no, no,
something to
no,
his
no, no,
boss.
no. It's not. It's not. It's not. Because he's not. He's not explaining what is or will be or has been. He's saying this is what you
Mhm.
should do. It's not exposition.
Mhm.
Suggesting is
And I
not
just
exposition. At some point, you're going to be able to make everything exposition. That's not
it
exposition.
just it does feel like the cousin of
I
exposition.
was gonna say yeah, it's this, it's a sister's concept to exposition.
Aquaman, we're not sinking, we're crashing.
Yay, she didn't have a parachute. This movie's gonna get better. Oh,
Oh, thank God.
what
Was
is
that
the
goat there
soundtrack
because
here?
Momoa did like a screaming goat noise when he
Oh
jumped out?
no! And before Love and Thunder, even. So this goes without saying, but this isn't funny.
Yes.
So stop. So
That is
stop
correct.
it. Did you hear the goofy sound he made when he jumped out of the plane? He's like,
That was the thing I said it sounded like a screaming goat.
No, it sounded like Goofy though.
I like when she stood up though and she went, ah.
Dun,
Meanwhile,
dun,
on a green
dun.
screen.
Black Manta. There's no hero in town. He's called Aquaman.
Black Manta, you didn't have to get wet by going, oh, you're not wet. Okay. I'm pretty sure its hologram's made of water.
Yeah, how does that work? That was his version of that guy uh, from Lost World who's like, forget about my fee. Yeah, look at his giant toy gun.
It is just a big Nerf gun.
I like how nuts all this stuff is. It makes me happy. It makes
Yeah,
me
see, his
laugh.
lasers make things explode. What is that face? Yeah, what is the song choice over him building the Black Manta suit? He's one of the bad guys.
I don't know what they're doing. Is this what he's listening to?
I guess, but like,
And also,
have him listen to something else.
it's odd if this is his taste in music.
You're right. This is his awesome mix. His father left him this mixtape before he died.
Well, it's not like that blew up a radio, so I don't think that was supposed to be incidental music.
And just blew up a piece of the wall. So no, he wasn't listening to that.
No. And like, I don't
I
usually need
need
an
a bigger
explanation
boat.
for this kind of thing, but I think it's kind of fun that he broke his helmet and now it's a weird shape. For whatever reason, that worked for me. Okay, it probably shouldn't.
Oh, I didn't even think that was supposed to be the same helmet.
Yeah, I think the idea is that he repairs it and then it's the
He
weird
like
Black
repairs it
Manta
bigger.
shape.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay, I
repairs it
just assumed
bigger.
he just made a new helmet.
No, I could be wrong, but I thought the idea was supposed to be that's your explanation for the shape of that
For
helmet.
why it's like, okay.
Yeah, because when it starts, it's just like a normal shaped helmet. So why would he
But
make
then he
a
goes, I
new
need.
one? No, I know, but why wouldn't he just make a new one in the same shape? Like, why would he make it in a weird?
Because he just had to make it bigger. It'd be. I feel like it would be weirder if it was like.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. You're probably right.
I don't know. But look, we have time if you want to keep having this conversation.
No, I want to listen to this amazing banter. No.
No, he's such a child. They're both children.
What was that weird move she did when she jumped? It was so awkward. It reminds me of Ezra Miller, where it's like it looks like he's never ran before. It looks like she's never jumped.
Also, you can't keep. The problem with a relationship like this is that even if you don't know comics, like invariably, obviously, uh, like these two characters are going to get together, and you can't convince me that he would want to be with her for any reason.
Mhm. Well, I mean, I can give Momoa too. Like, I don't think this is the right take, but I'm never questioning him as an actor.
Yeah, sure.
It's just the wrong take. Like, I do feel like he's just kind of being himself, goofing around.
Yeah, and like he's a little irritating, but next to her, he's not.
Mhm.
But yeah, I didn't mind
His
her as much
exposition
in
was
the first place.
correct.
I, he's a master at that. And again, let me reiterate: she's terrible, but at least half of it is on the page. Like they have
Sure.
written her real immature because they think because it's supposed to be funny. That's where all the comic relief's supposed to
Well, I
be.
guess they're probably
And
doing that because like he has that like bro energy, so like that's like a way that they can connect. Is they're both kind of immature. Maybe that's the line of thinking.
yeah, but she's only I don't know. It's a contrived kind of characterization because she's only made as immature as she is to go up against him for all this banter, and she clearly isn't supposed to be that. It's like she meets him, and then I guess he brings that out of her or something.
Mhm.
It's like, why is she like this?
I don't know. I feel like at this point, maybe it's just because we're getting more of her. I am having acting
Yeah,
like every couple of seconds.
a lot of that. To be fair, that also fits the Power Ranger vibe.
Sure, there you go.
But most of this cast isn't bad. That's the thing, is that like if everybody felt like a non-actor, then I could just enjoy it on a Power Rangers level.
Mhm.
Now, Orm is doing kind of a Power Ranger villain thing.
Yes. Well, that's why I
Like,
see them as kind of similar with him and Blanchett
yeah,
in Ragnarok, because I have that with her.
he's unfortunately one note and maybe kind of the wrong over the top. But again, if this was something like Power Rangers, it would be a good Power Ranger performance.
Well, it's funny because I feel like it's reversed from what I have in Watchmen with Patrick Wilson, where I feel like he's weird casting for Night Owl, but I think he's giving a good performance despite that.
Yeah, I love him in that. He never seemed
Hmm.
odd. Well, maybe he's odd casting in that he's
He
too
just doesn't have the
Hollywood
schlubby
looking.
thing.
Yeah,
Like that's
he's
where
too
it's
attractive.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Like I feel
you're right.
like he's weird casting, and that you see him, and it's like, oh, you lose the like
He's
schlubby feel,
he's right
but he gives a good
personality type.
performance.
Yeah, he's got the
He
right
gives a good
personality.
performance. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's reversed. Where here I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
he's a good casting choice. I'm just kind of not gelling with his performance.
You're not buying what he's doing. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
but like you said, like how much of that is just well, this is the vision and whatnot. Like I mean, I guess they're all coming together to make what they wanted to.
I'm definitely not liking this as much as I did the last time I saw it. It's weird to say. I guess it's just that underwater stuff and all the plastic props. Cap, what's your favorite thing about Aquaman? The plastic props.
You're like, I just love seeing all that plastic in the ocean.
And Captain Planet shows up at the end to save the day.
Now we're in a tourist ad. The song choice is also
Well, the thing is,
something.
we weren't getting like popular music until like the middle of the movie. You didn't even think this movie was going to do that kind of stuff. Oh, look, it's our typical fish out of water crab. She's
It's
eating
the Little
roses.
Mermaid.
Hilarious. When he's eating a
I
rose,
also like eating roses.
I'm gonna try to make her feel better by eating a rose. 'Cause she just did that.
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say here, Austin.
You're supposed to be happy that we're in the Little Mermaid.
Oh, let's read more comments.
She's using the Force now. Oh yeah, do you have more of the Patreon
I'm
things?
checking to see. I think Daniel Davis only did Justice League.
Yeah, and I only had the two, so I'm done them.
Okay, great. Favorite scene, everything with Black Manta. Change. Take out that god awful Pitbull Africa cover. And he was surprised that they put him in the orange suit and it looks good. Also, surprised this is the only DCU film to make $1 billion at the box office. Thanks, China. Exactly. It's funny that that's the big thing that we're all remembering is just that China made this a success and made it bigger than Justice League. Again, another thing you just couldn't have predicted. Like Aquaman sounds like the hardest sell of these.
Mhm.
It's the one that did $1 billion. Did any other movie in the DCEU crack that?
No, it was just Aquaman. BVS was like 880 million or something like that, which is probably the closest. Because Wonder Woman's like 700. I think Suicide Squad 700. Justice League was 600.
I'm gonna see if I can figure out what this did domestically.
Mm-hmm. $200.
So yeah,
Jeff
this
says
is
China loves Amber Heard.
Miss Hood.
Miss
This
Heard?
this did okay. So this is really telling. 335 here.
Oh, okay.
The rest of the world did 2/3 of the box office.
They're very like Transformers,
Yeah.
or at least Transformers 4. This is probably towards the end of China being able to save movies like this at
Yeah,
this point, because you don't really have that anymore.
that's not
And
happening now.
I think after COVID, they're more likely to ban things than they were. I feel like a lot of the MCU stuff and maybe DC as well, I don't know, but like a lot more of that stuff gets banned.
RJ Godzilla, the Aquaman movie, went through a bunch of different directors, writers, and was in development for a while. Yeah, and it obviously would have been something a lot different if it weren't for all that course correcting after BVS.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't even remember it as being as troubled as that. You know, like obviously we would talk about it a lot with the Flash. That also doesn't really surprise me. Like I feel like that makes sense.
The Flash was a lot more troubled, and it took a
Yeah.
lot longer to come out. I'm telling you, we knew about the Flashpoint concept for years before that even started filming, and then it
Hmm.
was, in post production hell.
Yeah, and it didn't even start as Flashpoint.
Good job, Aquaman. You solved like the easiest Zelda puzzle.
Look, they fell into each other. That equal love.
See, and then an explosion
Yeah, that
interrupts
explosion
the.
was pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, go back to the how we felt about for this, and I'm making fun of that pretty hard. If memory serves. Oh, don't take
See
your helmet
the
off. Talk like that the rest of the movie. It's hilarious. This is also so wonderfully Power Rangers.
yeah. Yeah, this is what I was saying where it's like the villains aren't actually on their quest that they're on. Just they're like, oh, well, we need an action on their quest. They just hire Black Manta to fight him for a scene.
Well, I think that would be more okay if Black Manta was just like doing his own thing the whole movie. And
That's what I mean. Like, it's weird you wouldn't have him like hunting them through this adventure. Like, it feels weird that
yeah.
it's like the part of the adventure movie they didn't include.
Well, I always like three-pronged wars. Like, I think it's more fun if he comes in and just disrupts everything instead of teaming up with the other bad guy.
Which you could have. Like, he could just be tracking Aquaman
Yeah.
after Aquaman killed his dad. And
Yeah,
then he just ends up on this
we've established
adventure.
his. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying with him, he wouldn't have to be going after the same thing Aquaman's going after. He could just be going after Aquaman while this is happening.
That's still like going on the quest, though.
Sure.
Like, even if it's not for the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Like, we've established his revenge motive. That
No, I think that's
it's
fine.
not it's not complex or that interesting, but it's solid. Like, it makes sense. And also,
Yeah.
Aquaman killed his father in like a really unnecessarily horrible way. So again, I'm almost rooting for him. Like, not really, but that's right. Now I'm gonna stab you just like you stabbed my father. You know what? After all this crap
pipe.
with Mira, I am rooting for Black Manta. I think he's the hero of the story now.
Wait a minute. Oh my god. I just had a like Vietnam flashback. I did see this movie in the theater.
Did you really?
Yeah. My friend did win out. We did watch Aquaman instead of Ed Wood.
That's amazing.
No, you know how
That's so
I
funny.
realized that? I was thinking about this scene and I'm like, I remember the end of this, but I don't remember what happens between this and the trench because I got up to go to the washroom and then I was like, wait a minute. That doesn't make sense if I watched it at home. And then I had a distinct memory
That
where I
shot's
went
great.
to the washroom at the theater and I vaguely, like for a second, considered just leaving.
So I don't understand why we can't let characters that famously don't take their helmets off not take their helmets off. I'm not saying Black Manta never does it, but he typically is usually wearing his helmet, right? And what I would have done with this is opening scene, give the actor some FaceTime, I let us see his tragic backstory, and then do it like Whiplash, right? Where like in Iron Man 2, where real early in the movie you're seeing him build his suit, and then for the rest of the movie he almost never takes his helmet off. Maybe he does like right at the end or something. But just let him every scene he's got that helmet on. Cause like the silly like villain voice I think is really fun. I really like the look of the costume.
Just cast somebody to be the voice of Black Manta, I guess.
Yeah, but I like the voice fight. Like, just let him be in that costume.
What I'm saying is, like, don't cast like a physical actor. Like, just cast somebody to be the voice.
Oh yeah, sure, you could do that too. But if this guy doesn't mind not getting a lot of FaceTime, because I don't know if he does or not. He's not like a big actor. Just leave the opening the same, but have him wear the suit the rest of the movie.
No, very true.
Because at least you're establishing his motive.
Yeah. Nicholas Bodo asks if this was a better experience than the Whedon Justice League. I mean, I completely forgot that it existed.
He didn't think he saw it.
I guess I kind of also forgot the
until
Justice League
an hour
part,
and a half in. How can you ask him about his experience?
It wasn't that I didn't have to sit in the front to the very right.
How do you know you were sitting? You didn't even know that you saw this.
Because I've only had to sit in the front row for like 3 movies, and I know it wasn't Aquaman.
Half an hour from now, he's going to be like, you know what? I did see this in the front row. I'm having PTSD about the neck strain I had when I had to stare up at Black Manta's giant head. Oh.
I just remember wanting to leave.
I'll go as far as to say, if they made a good figure of this, I would buy a figure of this Black Manta.
Well, it's funny, too, because I also think he is very much like proto-Black Manta at the same time. So, like, it strikes a good balance between them.
That's true.
The way Black Manta gets taken out, though, is ridiculous. That will never... me.
He's got to put his face in the toilet bowl. Remember this?
Yep.
Hilarious.
Does this guy just die? Like, how does he leave?
Yeah, I don't think he does. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another explosion.
Oh, that's how he's going to die. Okay,
oh, man, she's so badass. Everybody in the theater is going, oh, yeah, here she comes. We're so excited to see her use her fish powers.
Watch out, boys. She'll chew you up.
So she has liquid absorbing powers? Is that what she does?
No, she like can control water. I guess just liquid in general.
Anything?
Just because it's got water in it, but yeah.
So in controlling it, she can break the bottles they're in with what? Pressure? Like, how's she doing that?
I mean, she turned it into spikes. Like, she can harden it.
Oh, okay, okay.
But Black Manta gets beaten by Aquaman throwing balls in his face, and now he's dead.
He's not dead. He's in a mid-credit scene.
Look at the sea. He's dead.
I can't even remember if he's in the sequel, but I'm pretty sure he is.
No, he is, but it's like...
No, I know. I get what you're saying. I'm just, in the moment here, I'm like, is he even into? Like, he's definitely alive.
The main villain.
They show him... Say again?
Isn't he the main villain?
Dude, that's how little I remember about that movie. He must be. Because Orin is, like, the sidekick.
Because I think there was talk that like he was supposed to be possessed by a ghost, and then I think they did reshoots to cut that part out. There was something with that. I remember like hearing things about that movie.
Dude, we haven't even gotten to the trench yet.
No, and this is unseen territory for me because I went to the washroom during this scene, and I came back like right in the middle of the trench scene.
Now we're in Power Rangers Turbo.
Yay.
I'm gonna I'm gonna come out and say this is not a great score.
No. I was gonna say, is this windpipes? But yeah, she's playing a recorder.
I want to
So
do
I
an
guess that
edit.
wasn't even score. That was just
That
in the
wasn't even a score.
scene.
I want to do an edit of the scene where she's just playing hot cross buns. She's just in there, like really poorly. It's I find audio of like a 5-year-old in kindergarten like playing hot cross buns on a recorder.
I think in grade three, my music teacher did. It was recorder karate, and it was like different songs represented different belts, and you only had to get a white belt to pass, but you could do more if you wanted. And the white belt was hot cross buns. I did that and then threw my recorder out. Okay, Grant says that he likes that I know more about a movie that you saw.
So,
That's pretty good.
well, that's how memorable that was. Um, I like how in this scene Arthur is like, I have learned my lesson. It was a mistake to stab a man in the neck and leave him in a submarine to die.
Oh, okay. This is why I didn't like this
But
movie in the first place. I
but
was missing this scene. It tied it all together. Now
oh,
I get
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah, I really needed this moment.
You were missing his character progression.
Yeah, just yeah, killing his dad was bad.
Yeah, but hilariously, the reason it's bad is because if he hadn't done it, he wouldn't have made an enemy that might kill her.
Mhm.
That like that's his whole. that That's why he's feeling guilty in this moment. The past has come back to haunt me. This villain might kill my new girlfriend. He's so heroic. And he's learning I don't play well with others because sometimes I leave people to die that might hurt my new partner.
It's like that Norm Macdonald bit where he's like, the worst thing that would happen if terrorists set off a nuke in the United States that like people would be racist about it.
Who designed this set? J.J. Abrams?
Oh.
This is like the '09 Star Trek bridge underwater.
I don't know if you caught that, Cap, but Patrick Wilson was like, "I need you to give me more advice," and Willem Dafoe was like, "No, I've already given it to you," which means that he gave exposition about how he already did advising.
No, I'm all out of advice. All I can give you is information.
The term advising was invented millennia ago.
See, he still kind of gets cast to be a turncoat, but not an evil turncoat.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Right? Like he even when he's playing good guys, he's usually playing someone that is sort of duplicitous for some reason. Right? Like he's usually got tricks up his sleeve or ulterior motives or another plan.
Which he has with John Wick.
Which he has that's what I was gonna say. He's got that there too. So like we're supposed to
Does
like
he have
him in
that in
that
Finding
movie.
Nemo?
Um well he's got a rough tragic backstory, so he's like jaded, but he doesn't exactly have that.
Although I guess he is trying to use Nemo, so he is like a little, you know,
Yeah,
morally ambiguous.
and he's deceptive to the people that own the fish at the dentist's office.
Yeah, exactly.
So CG aside, and like over the top water effects and stuff, I like the atmosphere of the scene.
Mhm. Which makes sense. Like James Wan is a horror director.
Yeah, like when we go into the trench, I kind of wish we spent some more time here. This is the stuff I really kind of
Mhm.
like. Well, we're back to the sea stuff. Like that's my big takeaway with this. Is as soon as we go to the desert, I'm like, ugh. And it's not just superficial landscapes, although I don't like the desert, but it's just
Mhm.
more when they're bickering and getting to know each other, it's annoying, and we're not doing any cool water stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just filling time. Jump in anytime.
Yeah. No, well, okay, great. Okay, great says he thinks this movie's trying to lose him in the second half. I think this is the part when I came back from the washroom
And you're like, oh,
because
it's
it was like in
Jurassic
the
Park
middle of
world.
this sequence. Like I also missed like most of the trench.
Dude, I don't want to get my hopes up, but I'm getting excited for Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah,
That's this week, isn't
I,
it?
I hope it's cool. No, that is
Or no,
the
I'm sorry.
week
It's
that you're
like
on high. It's the week you're on
a couple
hiatus.
weeks. So I'll try to take Sarah to that while we're out of town.
Hmm.
And that's a
Yeah, because
comic
this week is
shot,
28 years later. Is what, sorry?
which I'll try to go see. There was a comic shot that's either like a full page spread or a cover. I'm not sure, or real
Oh,
close
okay.
to one, because the trench is more Jeff Johns stuff, and that's real early in his
Mhm.
New 52 run, which I bought the first arc or two of.
Yeah, which is like where he does the trench stuff. It's been so long since I've read that, but I remember liking it.
I remember the cover with the big scary trench guy face. I think that's
Oh
like issue
yeah.
3 or 4.
Also, speaking of Jeff Johns' Aquaman, I'm surprised that the Snyder Cut didn't include the bit from his Justice League where he calls sharks up to eat parademons.
Oh yeah, boy, I
How did
forgot
we
all
not get
about that.
that? That's like one of the only cool parts of that book.
Well, in this movie, you try to do freaking everything. So I'm surprised it's not
Kingdom of the
here.
Trench. I think we figured that out. Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, it's not important. I'm with you. Like she
Oh.
just said we were at the trench.
Mhm.
Like, thank you.
Thank you, text. You popped up way too
Little
late.
little late, but although it would have been just as funny if it said Kingdom of the Trench and then she was like seconds later, "We're here. We're at the trench." Yep.
She's like, oh my god, we're like, because that's how she talks.
Yeah, go right
Nicholas
into that
Bodo
thing.
asks how.
What could
Hmm?
possibly go wrong? Sorry, go ahead.
Nicholas Bodo asks if we're excited for the Lantern show.
We don't know Tom
I'm
yet. I
optimistically.
want to be.
Mhm. I'm nervous with Tom King and Lindelof writing it, but they're also not show running it, so I hope we get like the good sides of both of them.
Oh, don't save her. What are you doing?
We were so close.
Oh man, look at all the compies.
Oh yeah,
Now it
we just
just
are in Jurassic
is
Park
Lost
now.
World.
Sarah, I mean Mira.
How many mirrors do you think are on this island? Comma, Earth's core.
You mean like the planet core?
The planet core. Gee, I wonder who this is going to be.
Does the DCEU have a Hollow Earth? I guess it does.
Wow, Mom, you turned into a fish.
He turned into a trench.
I didn't know I was. That's the big twist. His Aquaman is half trench. Trench is a place, not a people.
I'd recognize that plastic anywhere.
God, I didn't know my mom worked on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Oh. No, it's Janet Van Dyne. We finally found her.
And it happened in the third act of the first movie where it freaking should have.
I know they should have saved it for the second one.
No!
I gotta go find my mom.
Writer, you know she stinks. Yeah, that's a good point. Also, she should be a lot crazier.
I was going to say that when she popped up, that she would smell like a trench, but...
You know what? If it looks like a trench and it smells like a trench...
It might be a duck.
So she seems way too well adjusted for the life she's led.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see, Cap, in the sequel, you find out that she's been living on this island with Bill Murray and Kang. We just don't know that yet, but like that's why.
Okay, that explains everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gonna go over with audiences really well. Not
so
like
too.
a lead balloon at all.
It's going up like a Led Zeppelin.
Draven G, isn't it weird how Nicole Kidman and Momoa are only 10 years apart? They're supposed to be mother and son.
Yeah, I don't know that he looks young enough that I buy it either.
No, I'm with you, but I can suspend disbelief if Atlanteans are supposed to like live longer. So the idea is you get to a certain age and then you kind of stop aging.
Mm-hmm. But she's also gone gray.
Well, maybe the certain age,
and she was like kind of de-aged in the beginning.
Yeah. No, it's awkward. But I'm saying maybe the age you get to is like past middle age. Like usually when we do that, you're like 35, but now it's like 50 and
yeah. In like 800 years, she's gonna be like 60.
Yeah, exactly. No, we can't do that. Your acting's not good enough yet.
Trust me, as somebody who was Chase Meridian, I know.
I'm a real actress. I'm gonna need you to pipe down for a second. No, I've got it, Austin. Excuse me. The actors are talking. See, I didn't need that sting in the soundtrack there. Like it zooms in
really
on his face
sting.
and it's like like why? She's really hamming it up.
Old PS3.
And again, like she knows what she's in. But like, do you think that like with what she's doing, with as sappy as it is, do you think that works better or worse than what Orm is doing? Because again, somehow I'm not minding her performance like I was some of the Amazon stuff at the start of Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you said better than Orm?
Yeah.
Or better than...
But...
Yeah.
Well, because I'm with you that Orm's not gelling with this for some reason. But
Mhm.
as like sappy as she is, I feel like I should be more bugged by her performance than I am. But it's working better with this material to me than what he's doing for some reason. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, I don't know, cause yeah, I have a. I mean, I feel like we just have more of him too, so it's like we're getting that, I
So the
guess.
long
But
short of it is, if she was screaming constantly, then
yeah, we don't have that. Making this Kraken creature Mary Poppins is awesome, but they filter her voice so you can't tell anyways.
making it Mary Poppins. What does that mean?
The woman that voices this Kraken thing is Mary Poppins. I can't think of the actress's name.
Mary Poppins, like the original Mary
The
Poppins.
yeah,
Oh, weird. I didn't
I
know
just
that.
can't think of what her name is. Yeah,
Okay, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Just said it's Mary Poppins, y'all. That's weird. I didn't know that.
No, when they announced that, I was like, "That's amazing," and then they just kind of filter her voice. I was like, "Oh, it just sounds like
Yeah. It doesn't matter at all who's voicing that.
yeah." Oh, Julie Andrews. Thank you. Okay, great.
That's so weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I hate to be like this. I didn't even know she was still acting.
hmm I don't know like how much she's really doing, but it.
She just voices creepy sea creatures. Dan Schneider, $2 super chat. Would Mira be better if played by Elijah Dushku? I can't see that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only seen her in like a couple things, so I don't really have an opinion.
I like that actress. I feel like she gets fan cast too often. Like she's, I, I think what she's right for is somewhat limited.
Oh, okay.
Like I like her a lot, but I don't see her for Mira. I need, and
Yeah.
I don't know who this is, and I'm not great at fan casting. I
Yeah.
need the very athletic, again, regal looking, uh, like 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 very attractive, uh, actress, like in her early mid 30s, whatever, right now that would best be able to play a Vulcan in Star Trek. I don't know who that is, but that's who you need for Mira. You need somebody that can do that kind of stoicism.
Aquafina. No, I have no
Sure.
idea.
And that's really hard, but that's what you need. Is you need that level of
hmm
stoicism.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, John Kelly says Vanessa Kirby. I can see
I
that.
don't know who that is,
She's Sue Storm in the new Fantastic Four.
and I haven't seen her in anything, so I don't have a dog yet.
She's in Mission Impossible Fallout. We probably like saw that so long ago that
Yeah, I don't remember anybody from that.
exactly. Yeah. Look, he got the trident.
Now he doesn't have to wear these baggy pants anymore.
Well, that's his character arc. He had one that was 5, but now he has a real trident.
Now he doesn't have to carry around a stupid 5 dent anymore.
His stupid 5 dent.
See, that Trident had as many acts as BVS, and now we're down to a movie that actually has 3 acts, so he gets a Trident.
There he is.
Yeah, that suit is cool. It
Yeah,
does.
I'm glad that
Oh, sorry,
they
good.
did do the orange suit. No, I'm glad that they did do that because it wasn't a given.
And it's the one straight out of the John's Run, pretty much. And so it does feel
hmm
weird to me to see Momoa's head on it.
Sure.
Like, it feels like just the completely wrong character wearing that suit.
Why
And I'm not
is
saying
Lobo dressed as
I'm not saying he looks
Aquaman?
bad in it, but I liked that suit so much I ended up buying the there's an action figure from I don't know what it was like maybe it was a DC Direct figure, whatever the competing DC line for Marvel Legends was at the time, and it's real shiny and cool. And I just look at this and it's that figure, but it's with Momoa's head on it. It's weird.
Oh my god, there's still a half an hour left.
You can make it.
Oh,
I believe in you.
I remember when this crab man showed up, I was like, why is Gimli a crab man? And then it turned out it was John Rhys Davies.
Like all these designs are fun, and then you got this just gigantic crab thing.
Hmm.
It's cool. It just felt like somebody made something that somebody made a movie that like big, not so splash pages. I didn't think you were allowed to do that in this universe.
You can do it if Aquaman's snapping necks.
I don't like that I'm praising this for like action wise and visually being on like the level of the Star Wars prequels, but like I guess that's what I'm liking about it. That's where my standards were when this came out.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of why it doesn't play for me. Where I'm like, I feel like I'm just watching slop. But like
You are. That's
in theory, I agree with what you're
that's
saying.
what I
Like
like about it.
it's just not coming together for me. His trident there was also kind of making a lightsaber noise when he was swinging it around.
Yeah. Look, don't worry about getting stabbed in the face with that. It's not going to hurt that much. Just look at it. He's wearing a Goosebumps mask.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love this guy's voice.
Yeah, it's John Rhys Davies. It's like
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That's so good.
so I was saying, like when he popped up, I was like, "Wait, is that John Rhys Davies?" Oh, it is.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't put together what you were saying.
No, it's okay. It's like
Writer, the
he just
seahorses
popped
are
up.
epic. And the weirdest thing about the sequel is the inconsistency with the seahorse. Because it looks terrible when we first see it, and then the last shot it looks really good. And I'm like, how does that happen in the same movie?
Weird.
Jareth Gearhart, at least you're not watching the snot. Well, that comes later. That comes later. I don't know how we're gonna get
More
through tomorrow. Though.
there's more pain to come.
I don't know how we're gonna make it through tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm excited. It's Birds of Prey is going to be a lot of fun.
I don't want to do it. You might do most of the talking on that one.
That's okay.
You're probably just
I
gonna
can
hear a
do
lot
that.
of grunting and sighing.
I'm going to be like Cassandra Cain is so funny in this movie. She makes me laugh every time she shows up. And then you can't disagree.
I can do whatever I want.
You don't own me. I can do what I
But yeah,
please.
I don't remember much with that movie except I hated it, and I mean I remember specific things that I hated, but overall, like, I I'm not gonna have a lot of immediately coherent thoughts with that, so it's gonna be a lot of just experiencing it again.
No, all I remember is that Margot Robbie has an orgasm sandwich, and
Oh,
I don't like that. Dan Stan asks if you
none of
read
that
the other
none of
comment
that
on
humor played for
Patreon. I don't
me.
know if like there's an
Oh yeah, I'll finish that up. And it was just so awkward watching that with my wife. Like it'll be
yeah.
easier to get through without her here.
Mhm.
Like some of it was just being able to feel on a visceral level how much she wanted to leave. Like, I was hating it too, but definitely more so because of her
There's just
energy.
something in the air. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean to be ethereal about it, but there was like a physical energy wave coming at me.
Mhm.
I Back Studios best scene. Truly don't remember any good scenes. I just remember liking Defoe, so let's just say my favorite scene is his introduction. Thing I'd change, the film getting greenlit, or the director, I guess. Just praying whoever replaced him would make something else. And biggest surprise, it made $1 billion freaking dollars, blowing BVS and Justice League away at the box office. What a world.
Hey, look, it's Free Willy. Oh, he's gone.
Wow, does it seem lucky to anybody else that none of this fire is coming in their direction? Like they're just swimming there, not remotely worried about being surrounded by all of the like. There's this whole war happening
Well, now
conveniently
it's
all around them.
well, now it's Pirates 3 where they're kissing in slow-mo as it spins around them and a war is happening. Except Pirates 3 is cool action.
So Bag just really likes this movie, clearly.
Yeah, wait, I think Bag told me it's his favorite movie. Oh, Free Willy's back.
um,
He's gone again.
guys, let us know if we missed any of those. Did you have any more? Or was that it? You said that was it, right?
Yeah, I only had two.
Okay. Yeah, I only saw that last one from Bag. Chewbacca's Lover $5 super chat. My dad laughed out loud when the octopus started playing the drums in this movie. Also, Austin's Momoa impression sounds like Seth Rogen. So, like, I look
Ah,
like Seth Rogen. You sound like Seth Rogen. We cannot get away from this man on the channel.
everybody loves Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I'm so glad he's making Animal Farm.
He's playing Napoleon in
Yeah,
Animal Farm.
yeah.
What sucks for me because I've been like, I really want to see Andy Serkis's Animal Farm for like years because he's always talked about it, and it just does not look like what it was supposed to be. And that movie's been, um, like, they've been working on that movie since like after Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Like the director on that movie was supposed to direct it originally, and like, gets involved then. I think he's just a producer now. Just been in development now.
Bob Huncap, why did you take your wife to that movie? She should divorce you for that. Uh,
Damn.
Honestly, I thought there was a chance that would be decent. I got tricked by the advertising with that, just like with some other things. And Sarah, like, unapologetically loves Harley Quinn. And Suicide Squad was
Oh,
awful, and I
interesting.
never bothered showing her that. But
Mhm.
we both like some Birds of Prey characters, and she really likes Harley Quinn, and I just thought there was a chance. I guess I should have screened it.
Has she seen The Suicide Squad?
No, and I don't think she'd like that, so
No.
I haven't bothered showing it to her.
I just wondered. Yeah,
Just
I didn't know
comedic
she was a big Harley
sensibilities.
fan.
I don't think there's any chance that she would appreciate that, so I haven't
Hmm.
bothered with it. I could be wrong. She surprises me sometimes.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. Oh, look, we're freeing Volvo.
Well, we need more Defoe. I mean, if we have to sit through 25 more minutes of this, like the least you can do is give me some Volvo.
He's like, let me tell you about trident battles. They were invented a millennia ago.
And what's great is he never talks about philosophy or makes it any deeper or gets into any thematic stuff. Like the villain is doing that.
Yeah.
He just tells you bare bones encyclopedic knowledge.
It's what he does.
This is what I learned on Oceanpedia.
His full name is Encyclo Volvo. And that is a fact, Jack.
I'm something of an encyclopedia myself. Hey, I'm almost done reading this encyclopedia that you gave me. Finish it!
Finish it!
Well, we're back to Injustice
Mira and
again.
I are gonna. Actually, never mind. She kind of sucks.
Do what you need to, whether than Trident or Faz. I wasn't proud of that either. I'm going for a percentage.
Oh my god, he learned the whooshy finger hold.
Volvo's like, I taught him that.
Defoe's weird smile was really funny there. They definitely were like, just look forward and smile.
No, that's Aquaman, not Batman in Dark Knight Returns. Why does he get the lightning bolt behind him?
Well, Batman got it in BVS, so it was a passing of the torch with Justice League.
That makes no sense.
What does when you think about it?
Why do metal items in movies always make a sound like they clanked against something when they didn't clank against anything? He puts it up to his throat and he goes, cling! I'm like, what would make it do that?
That's how you know it's serious. Oh my god, he became Rorschach.
Yeah.
Do it!
That's a...
And then Mira makes him explode.
I don't know if you realize this, but that wasn't your character.
Yeah. Well, this is what happened after Rorschach died. Night Owl jumped into the ocean and became Ocean Master.
And I guess what's just inherently, and this isn't even just this movie, but I guess what's kind of inherently interesting in comparing this material to Thor is that you have a similar dynamic with your rival brothers, but it's the flip thing with this where your hero is the half-breed.
Yeah, that is a different thing with Aquaman. And I know
So
a big thing with comic Aquaman is that, like, part of him being blonde is that Atlanteans aren't blonde. So, like, that's part of his, like, half-world thing.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So with Loki he never felt like he fit in and he's an outcast. And then with this with Orm it's like a, pure blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Superiority complex.
He's like the Malfoy.
Make sure he gets his Pop-Tarts every day. Let me explain to you.
There was a
history.
guy who left the theater with his Pop-Tarts. We need them back.
Let me give you the history of prisons.
Prisons were invented a millennia ago. People were just really active a millennia ago. A lot of things came from that year.
Can we get another line reading from Tom?
Hail to the king.
Hail to the king. Hail to him.
And playing across the aisle was Creed 2.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. He should have been nominated for that movie. Have you ever seen that?
No, I still need to see it.
He is amazing in that.
Mhm. That's what everyone tells
And I mean, I
me.
talk it up too much. He's only in like 2 scenes, but they're so freaking memorable.
Oh, I assumed he had a big role because like
No,
people always mention how good he is in that.
that's how good he is.
Mhm.
It just
Damn.
sticks with you. Yeah, he probably was there for a day.
Mhm. No,
Well,
like
you know,
my mom's
because
constantly like, "Oh, he's so good," but then Bridget Nielsen's terrible in that movie. I'm like, okay. Look, they finally made it back together, Cap. It's happy.
yeah, but unfortunately, Nicole Kidman's face is really creepy right now. Dan Schneider he took acting lessons apparently, and forgot them when he made this movie,
Mhm.
or like everybody else, just knew what he was in and was like, "I guess I'm a cartoon character."
Maybe this shot first. Maybe he hadn't started his acting
Did
lessons
did we
yet.
like with Wonder Woman also end this with a voiceover about love?
Yeah, that's what he learned, Cap.
And they has to say, "I am Aquaman," like I am Iron Man, just to get it in
And then
there
it,
somewhere.
and that's also how two ends.
I
But he
am
like he ends posing like the
Aquaman.
new DC logo in these movies. That was the Aquaman coming out. I'm glad I don't have to listen to the Pitbull Africa song again over these credits, but I'm guessing it's probably also going to come back later.
I don't think it does.
Oh, okay, that's good. I also think this is where Peter Safran comes on as a producer for these movies because I think he's a producer on the Conjuring movies and like comes in with James Wan.
Oh, interesting.
But I could be wrong about that, but I think that's where he comes in.
I mean, he couldn't have imagined the turn that whole thing was going to take.
No kidding.
Nobody could have predicted the future of all of this. It's
No.
surreal to me that this is all in the past now. And like, thank God, but it's very surreal.
And it's crazy to think that in the new DC universe, like I think Supergirl's already wrapped, so a new film with Jason Momoa as one of the main characters is already done, and he's no
Yeah.
longer Aquaman.
Wow.
That's wild.
And Amber Heard's bagging groceries.
Just at the toll booth.
No, see, I almost said that. You can't make that joke anymore. Like everybody got fired from toll booths. We don't even have those anymore. That's done. That's all fully automated at this point.
Oh, okay. Well,
At least everywhere
she
I've
has to come
been,
in and check to make sure that the automated parts are still working.
that's the thing is they don't even have booths anymore.
Mhm.
Everywhere I've been the last year or two, I don't know if you've had this in Canada yet, but they don't even have the booths anymore. You just you just drive past cameras and they bill you in the mail. Like that's how they
Yeah,
all work around
so
here now.
so that's like what we've always had, but we only have one highway that's like tolled.
Oh,
Uh,
okay,
so
okay,
it's like we don't. That's kind of foreign here,
sure.
but we do have like the one highway that has that, and it is like the camera thing.
But yeah, it just changed pretty recently and like real quick, which is surprising because it's not even a federal thing.
Hmm.
Like it's weird. It's weird how fast everybody got on board with it.
Yeah, no kidding. I guess like uh, building that infrastructure would take some time.
Jareth Gerhardt, which ending song is better, this or Wonder Woman? I made no mention of it. I didn't even make fun of it, so I have to say this one.
Probably, I don't even remember the Wonder Woman one at this point. We watched it
Oh, see, look, Doctor
yesterday.
Shin's back.
Okay, yes, he didn't come back in this movie, so that is just sequel setup.
He's just on the TV.
But then I think he's gonna walk into this room and he's gonna be like, "You want some upgrades? I upgraded your arm."
Oh, he is right here.
Yeah,
Okay. You know, it's really weird that they set something up for a sequel that actually happened.
it's not the Shazam one. Shazam is my favorite after credit scene just because they don't do anything with it, and then in two they just have the same after credit scene basically. Do you remember that whole thing with Mr. Mind?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're at the end of the first one. It's like, oh, Mr. Mind's here. He's doing stuff, and then at the end of two, he's like, "It's taken me some time, but I'm ready to do stuff."
He's Shazam's Thanos. Mr. Mind's like, I'll do it myself.
And then he comes back. He's like, "God, do you know how hard it is to do things yourself? I'm a little bug."
Black Manta
I'm not
there,
convinced he would have been the villain of 3.
he has his own trilogy of after credit scenes. Black Manta there is also kind of Bullseye at the end of Daredevil, where like you're supposed to think that he's dead, and then like, oh, there he is.
Yeah. No, good call. It is very similar to that.
Nicholas Bodo,
Except this got a
DC
sequel.
Loves after credits, always go nowhere. I mean, to be fair, MCU has a track record of some of that too. For more of what I'm making fun of is that the DCEU didn't get a lot of sequels. So like they could set things up that just when would you ever pay them off, like with Justice League, because we just didn't get any more of that.
Well, I'm trying to think, like, what after credit scenes are there that don't go anywhere? So, like I said, you have the two Shazam
It's
ones,
just
you have that
Deathstroke.
Justice League one. Like I can't even think of DC after credit scenes after that.
Yeah, no, the big one is just Justice League.
Hmm. Yeah, no, those
Because that is very
because
dangling, where it's like, we've got Deathstroke, he's coming.
I remember Birds of Prey has like hardly talks over the credits, but it's not really like anything.
Oh, I
Oh, the
remember
Black
that.
Adam one. People are saying in chat. Okay, yeah, that's the fourth one.
What was that? I forget.
That's Superman coming in, where it's like
Oh,
now we're
that
gonna
stupid
fight.
thing. Sorry, I forgot about that. Oh, you know what
That's
though? You
okay.
can't forget about DC Super Pets.
DC Super Pets is my favorite after credit scene of all time. Where Black Adam and Black Adam's dog show up to fight Crypto and Superman, and 3 of the 4 of them are all voiced
Are
by The
voiced by
Rock
the same
and
actor?
man with no voice modulation.
Not even trying. Schwager's $5 super
beautiful.
chat. Oh my God. Sorry. Hold on. I just this is so embarrassing. It's a mania. You can't see it, but I just kicked my primary camera. Like my foot got wrapped around the cord somehow,
Yeah.
and so then it dropped down, and you could just see my desk. And my desk needs some glass wax. So that was embarrassing. Spikes Love, $5 super chat. My dad also laughed out loud at the Shazam after credits scene and said, "Is this real?" Well, and like the Aquaman 2 after credit scene is also a very "is this real" kind of moment.
Hmm.
There's some painful, or was it Shazam 2? I can't remember. Maybe I think of Shazam 2 because doesn't like drunk Aquaman show up in that?
Oh, that's in the Flash.
Oh, that's in the flat. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, but Shazam 2 also has that one where Gunn's
Wonder Woman
wife
one?
and Economos. No, I think it's in the actual movie.
Oh, okay.
Where Gunn's wife and Economos shows up, and they're like, "Hey, Shazam, we want you to be in the Justice Society." And James Gunn responded to that scene, and he was like, "Why are these two people who work for Waller inviting Shazam to be in the Justice Society? That makes no sense."
No, completely. And that's never going to be explained.
Mhm.
So no, there are a few, aren't there?
Yeah, but then those are also like some of these are at the end, like they're about to get nuked off the planet, so
Well,
it's not like they made anything after some
but
of
again, that's what
these.
I was making fun of, is the fact that they didn't even have an opportunity to pay these things off.
Mhm.
Not
No,
so much that they
exactly.
kept setting things off and abandoning them. They just did that once or twice.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, Captain Coon. Wonder Woman 84 has the one with Linda Carter showing up, and then Blue Beetle is setting up Ted Cord.
RJ Godzilla, the Flash with Clooney Batman isn't setting up anything. That's just a throwaway joke.
Well, that's just the end of the movie. That's not the
That's
after
not even an after
credits,
credit
too.
scene. Yeah.
Hmm.
But even if it was, even if they had saved it for after credits, it isn't. Oh man, Clooney Batman. It's kind of like that's not the point of that. It's just
Hmm.
this is the token thing that got changed in the timeline, and isn't it hilarious because George Clooney played Batman? Um, in
I
a
mean, it is funny that Ezra Miller ended up in the Batman and Robin universe.
yeah, except that's not what happened any more
Mhm.
than like we're in the '89 universe when you have Michael Keaton. Like,
No. I know that. What I'm saying is like I just think that's like a funny end for how bad this universe is.
yeah, no, you're right. But I have to be a
Yeah, that's
jerk
all I
and
mean.
bring
Like
that
it's
up
yeah. No, I agree
because
with that. Like it's
no,
not
no
literally.
offense to anybody, but I'm really sick of people trying to connect all of that up and tell me how like cool it is that like '89 Batman is in that and everything because he's not. Like,
Yeah, no, like not at all.
and this whole idea that retroactively through a multiverse, like '89 Batman is part of all that. That kind of thing annoys me anyway. But it also shouldn't count even if you think that stuff is cool,
Hmm.
right? Like you can do it with MCU after Deadpool and Wolverine now because it included versions of characters from their own universes that I buy as those characters.
Hmm. I don't even like it there where people are like, "Oh, Blade is the start of the MCU now." I'm
No,
like, "Get out
no,
of
no.
here."
That's no that no. Don't retroactively go back and do that. But at least you
Mhm.
can say like Blade, Elektra, etc. are like in a multiverse that includes the MCU. You
Oh,
can
I see
say
what you mean.
that,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not saying retroactively now they count as being MCU things. I'm saying
Mhm.
that they've made a reality of multiple universes that all fit in a larger multiverse and they count because I buy that it's those versions of those characters. Like, Johnny Storm from the Tim Story movies. Like, yeah, that is that version of that character. Michael Keaton came in and played Batman with a bat suit that's reminiscent of that with his old Batmobile, and he's not in a stylized, heightened reality that looks anything like the '89 universe. It's not. It's not that
Mhm.
world. Stop it.
Yeah. I also saw a quote from George Clooney the other
I
day,
should have saved all of that for
where
Flash. I shouldn't have said any of that at all.
I saw a quote from Clooney the other day where he said he told his son that he played Batman, and his son was
I
like,
saw
"Well,
this.
not really though." And he was just like, "Yeah, fair enough."
It's like, agreed. Writer says if it's a multiverse, Howard the Duck is the start. Yeah, except they haven't
Howard
referenced it
hasn't
yet.
been in the MCU though yet.
They haven't
They're
referenced
not
it.
willing to go that far.
Hey, look, the verdict is out. Okay, like we haven't had Doomsday and Secret Wars yet. Like it's
I don't know. I'll be shocked if Howard the Duck from that movie rocks up in there, but we'll see.
if it does, it'll be a really crappy CG.
Yeah.
Like
At that point, it's like, why
I mean they
bother?
could put somebody in a suit, but I doubt they'll do that. Anyway, we're gonna get going. It's
You don't
crazy
do
late,
that.
and we got to do another double feature tomorrow night. So look forward to that. Shazam and Birds of Prey. I have to sit through it in front of you guys. It's gonna be awkward. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know how that's gonna go.
Mhm. I think it's gonna go swimmingly.
Well, you have fun doing a commentary for that, and I'll just sit here.
Mhm. I
In a
love. Well, I think
Clockwork
they
Orange
fixed
thing.
Cassandra Cain, honestly, like because they made her really funny.
Where's my eject button? God, what an asshole. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate you. Once again, thanks for the support with Super Chatters. You guys were awesome. And thanks for patrons leaving questions and new folks becoming patrons. And we're still doing this. We're going to take the weekend off after tomorrow and come back and do the whole thing again on Monday. I mean, with new movies, but we're going to have a whole another week of these. Austin won't be here next Friday and possibly not Thursday, so I'll see if I can get somebody to do those last couple movies with me. Or I might be all by myself and see if anyone shows up for Aquaman 2. But we'll see what happens.
John would love to see Orm eat a bug. I'm sure he can be here.
I couldn't get him. I couldn't get him there for Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's true. Robert will be here for Orm eating a bug.
So what I'm really saying is, next Friday we're gonna find out who my real friends are.
Exactly. We're gonna have tryouts.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you again real soon. I was Captain Logan. This was Austin. The day goes.
Have a good night, everybody.